What's poppin', and welcome back to another episode of Fletcher the Fisherman, guys. And as you can see behind me, we got the John boat once again about to hop on that sucker. And if you look even closely, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I have an assortment of some new rods and reels, which I'll get to in a minute. But today, the weather, cloudy, nice overcast. Should stay like this most of the day. I was checking the weather. Doesn't look like there's gonna be any change, so as of now, I'm just planning on it being like this the whole day. And what that means for bass fishing is these fish are gonna be roaming a lot more. They're not gonna be like super locked onto these bushes or super locked onto deep structure, just because it's not gonna be as hot and they're not gonna be trying to escape that heat. So I'm gonna have to put in some work to find these fish today, but I definitely think I'm gonna be able to lock onto them and figure out exactly what they're eating. But they should be eating a moving bait a lot better just because it's not so hot. But I'll probably do a little bit of flipping and pitching as well, just because I want to, and it's fun. And I also think the fish are gonna munch it like crazy along with the moving bait. So without further ado, it is time to hop in the John boat and show y'all exactly what we're gonna be working with today. Okay guys, here goes nothing. I'm super excited to go fishing today. I've been locked in my office, just working away for y'all, just grinding, doing the video editing and all that stuff. So it's nice to finally get back out here and do a little bit of fishing. It's been about a week since I've been on the water, so I'm definitely anxious to get this thing in the water. But before I do that, I want to jump into a few things about what I'm using today. And hey, look at this new setup. This thing is looking saucy. Gonna talk about that a little bit as well, but let's do the baits first. So what I got tied on here today is just a little Texas rig creature bait, and I got a little 1/4 ounce bullet weight with a little bullet weight stopper, 3/0 hook right here, EWG standard hook, not a super line hook or anything like that, just a regular old deal right there. So that's what I got going on there. And that bait specifically, y'all asked in my last video, y'all really wanted to know what I was using specifically. So for today, I'm using the Berkley Power Bait Max Scent. So the purple bags of the Berkley stuff, that is exactly what you want to look for. And this is the Creature Hog 4-inch Green Pumpkin Party. Should do the trick. And also guys, I want to talk about this bait just for a second. So Berkley, this Power Bait has been around for a long time. So Power Bait is basically like a flavor infused into these baits themselves. So they don't taste like plastic, they taste like something these fish would actually eat. So what they actually do is when they bite it, they hold on to it for a lot longer than they would a normal soft plastic. So that gives you a little bit extra time to set the hook, if you're, especially if you're new to fishing. Like that definitely can make a huge difference for y'all. So I definitely would recommend giving these a try. But on top of that, the Max Scent, that is like a odor for these baits. So those fish are actually going to be able to smell it, hone in on it, and just be a little bit more enticed to actually eat this thing. So that is what I'm going to be working with today. So let me go ahead and get started. I think we're gonna kind of work this tree line over here. I might work this dock a little bit as well, but I don't really think it's gonna hold that many fish right now. But I'm liking the way these big old tree limbs look over here. So I think that is going to be the best place to start. And on top of that, I want to jump into the rod that I'm gonna be using today as well, because y'all asked to know a little bit more about that. And I'm sure y'all have not seen this rod on my channel yet because it's brand spanking new, and that is the Abu Garcia Veritas. And this is a 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod, and that is going to be perfect for a little bit of flipping and pitching. And for y'all that are new to fishing, that kind of 7-foot medium heavy fast action rod is definitely like the first rod you want to get. That's kind of like your all around, can do a little bit of everything, doesn't specialize in super specific techniques, but it is the best rod to kind of get every job done. Let's go ahead and flip and pitch this sucker in there and see what's biting. Oh, okay, I thought I got a bite for a second. Just hit bottom hard. Oh, there we go. There we go, first cast. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yes. That Berkley Power Bait Max Scent going to work already. Get in the boat, little dude. That is a nice like 2-pounder or so to start the day. Can't complain about our first cast fish. Maybe he did bite it like when I first dropped it in. I thought I just thumped that tree, but he might have had it the whole time. But he definitely wanted that thing. Let's go ahead and try to get this out of his mouth. Check out that hook set, y'all. Look at that. Right there where you want it to be, top of the mouth. Stuck him good. And that is a solid first little fish of the day. Nice little, I don't know if he's quite 2 pounds. He's right on the border, probably a high 1. But he is nice and warm. This water is nice and warm. So let's go ahead and, woo! Let's go ahead and put it back in. Splashed me pretty good there. I never know how to feel about a first cast fish, guys. I don't know if it's good luck or bad luck. I feel like it's either like after that I catch like nothing or really struggle to catch a fish, or it's just lights out, I'm smoking them all day. So let me know down in the comment section below if you think it is good luck or bad luck. I'm actually curious to know what y'all think. Also guys, first impression of this rod, thoroughly impressed with the sensitivity of this thing. I got one bite, one fish on this thing, and I think the hype around these new rods, these new Veritas rods coming out, is definitely real. Like, oh God, I know y'all saw that. I know y'all saw that. That rod about got ripped out of my hand right there. Oh my goodness gracious. Let me get that thing right back up, but goodness gracious, that thing got destroyed and definitely messed up my soft plastic there, so we're gonna have to put on a new one. But like I was saying guys, these new rods, they are very, very nice. I mean, for like 115, 120, I think that's kind of what that price point is. It might be a little bit more, a little bit less, but somewhere around that general range. I'm not exactly sure what the price point is, but let me tell you, I'm impressed. Very, very impressed with the upgrades that they made to this series. It was already a B series as is, but the new and improved Veritoses are a force to be reckoned with. Like, there was no mistaking either of those fish right there. Like, I felt every bit of that. I mean, that second one, I mean, you couldn't miss it even with like the most flimsy, unsensitive rod in the world, because that thing just got hammered. But like, oh my gosh. There's one. There we go. Got him. Got him. Fish number 2. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. Crushed that thing. Felt every little bit of that bite. There was no mistaking that. Come here, buddy. There we go. Nice one. Nice little fish to start the day off. Probably almost 2 pounds, probably about 1.5 pounder. There she goes. Okay, a few fish in the boat. Gotta work on the size though. We wanna get that size up just a little bit. You know, I'm talking like 10, 11, 12 pounders. That's more my speed, but I'll take the ones. I'll take the 1s and 2s. So the corner I just got to back here always seems to have fish in it. I don't know if y'all watched the video. It's probably like 4 or 5 videos ago. I was actually fishing the same corner. I told y'all the same thing. I missed like 3 or 4 fish back here. And then I actually got like a lure stuck back there and actually kind of went back into that corner with the boat for the first time. And sure enough, there's like a giant pile of rocks, and then like drops off like really deep close to the bank off the back end. So I think that is exactly what's holding these fish. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this little whopper plopper in there. My line was kind of tangled up in the reel right there. Let's try that again. But let's see if I can't get smoked on this thing. Definitely need to get in there a little bit better. That wasn't that good of a cast. Ooh, that was much better. Much better. I'm hoping that they'll eat this topwater if they're back there. Try one more, then we're gonna switch back over to that creature bait, see if anything won't bite that. There we go. Oh, I told you. That was the fish right there. I'm gonna get back in with that creature bait. He probably won't hit that plopper again. Oh, that wasn't a monster fish, probably about 2 pounder or so, but I will definitely try to pick him up if I can. Nothing on the creature bait. They didn't want it. I'm surprised. I'm surprised, but I told you guys there was gonna be a fish there like clockwork every time. And these fish on this spot are the master evaders. I swear, I always know they're there, always cast to them, and they just always find a way to get off the dang hook. Like, ate that whopper plopper, but just didn't hit it very hard, never got a hook in them. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over from that little whopper plopper to this white buzz bait, and that's really because this is what I plan to use today, just with the overcast and a little bit of breeze starting to come in. I really feel like this is gonna be my best topwater bait today, if they're gonna bite it at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing around here because we got some nice laydowns, like pretty much from where you see this little plant sticking up over to this big tree, there's just a bunch of brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this buzz bait and throw it across the top of it and see if I can't get a big fish to come up out from that stuff and hammer this thing. No luck with the buzz bait in there, so I'm gonna try its closest cousin, the spinner bait, see if that won't pull anything up out of that brush. Let's see, let me grab this thing right here. Also going with the white, there's a lot of shad in here, so I'm just trying to imitate that. But guys, if you like to throw chatterbait and haven't really thrown a spinnerbait, they are very, very similar baits in a lot of aspects. But the biggest advantage of a spinnerbait over a chatterbait is the way it comes through wood. I'm gonna say that it's gonna get snagged like instantly, just knowing my luck. But just because of that wire and how this bait is shaped, it really comes through brush piles really well. So this is like one of my favorite moving baits to really fish in the thickest of thick trees, knowing pretty comfortably that it probably won't get stuck too often. Also, this is a 1/2 ounce double willow bladed spinnerbait. If y'all are curious, definitely gonna work on trying to give y'all as much details as I can, because it seems like a lot of y'all definitely want that, but I wish I knew the brand. Don't know what it is off the top of my head. It's just one that I have in my box. I have like a bunch of assorted ones in there, and I just grabbed this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep on tossing. I got one. There we go. Oh yeah, off of that tree right there. Come here, bucko. Yes, come here. I'm still looking for some more size. All these fish have been healthy, but they've been a little bit on the small side. That's okay. Can't always smoke the bigs, but I'm sure we'll get a nice one here at some point today. Once again, great hook set right through the top of the mouth, right where you want it. Goodness. Gosh, that was tough to get out of there. That thing was really in there. But what I want to tell y'all about this spot right here is, I don't know if y'all can see that. If you can see that little buoy back there, it says shallow on it. There's actually like a shallow shoal. I've talked about this spot in another video, but it's probably only like 2.5 feet pretty much from the bank out to these orange buoys, and then kind of like right where this tree is, it starts to drop off super fast into like 10-11 feet of water. So there's a nice big drop off right there, and that is exactly what this fish was sitting on. I think he was more relating to the drop off than the actual tree right there, because he didn't even bite it until I got it like almost away from the tree. So I think he was actually sitting on the drop off, but honestly it was probably a little bit of both. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this little guy right back in. There he goes. Yes, 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 yes. Let's keep it moving. Oh, that was a bite. There we go. Oh yeah, he's still on there. He's just coming right at me. Another squeak, man. Gosh, where is my size today? That is okay. Come here, bud. Relax. There we go. Got them. I mean, they're munching the crawl, just not the big ones. We might have to switch things up so that we can find some bigger fish. But while I got y'all's attention, thank y'all so much for all the really great responses on my last video. Like when I asked y'all to tell me what you liked and what you don't like about the channel. I really read all that feedback and really took it to heart, and gonna definitely continue to do the things that y'all like and try a few different things that y'all seem to not like, just kind of mentioning more about specific products, because it definitely seems like a lot of y'all are curious about that kind of stuff. So I definitely feel like I should include that in my videos. But while we're talking about comments, I just quickly want to mention that I do in fact read pretty much every single message I get or DM across all my social media, whether it be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I just get dozens, hundreds of them a day sometimes, and it's literally impossible to respond to all of them. I try my best. I genuinely do spend a lot of time, a few hours a week, responding to stuff, and I'm just not the type of person to give like a really short response. If you ask me a genuine question, I'm gonna sit down, take the time, and respond to it if I'm gonna respond to it at all. But I genuinely do read everything y'all comment and DM me, so I just wanted y'all to know that, and I'm sorry if I never get back to y'all. It's not because I don't want to, it's just because I physically do not have time to do it with everything that I have going on. But I appreciate all the support so much, guys. It's been awesome. Like, we've been growing really fast recently. So I just want to keep it moving, keep giving y'all awesome content as much as I can, and respond to as much as I can when I can. So just wanted to let y'all know that. I'm gonna try this bubbler now. You know, there was a fish on that last one. We're gonna try this one too. There, one. Yes, there we go. Another fish. Gosh, just surfing in here. Another dinky. I am surprised by the size of the fish today. This is usually pretty dang good little body of water with some quality size. But, you know, today has been a little dink fest, but that's okay. You know, you can't always catch the big ones, but we're gonna keep trying. I'm actually gonna take the spinner bait off for a minute and throw on a lipless crankbait just to cover some deeper water a little bit quicker. I think more of these fish are hanging out in slightly deeper areas of the pond. So let me grab that box. There we go. And let's see, what do I want? I'm gonna use that sucker right there. That's gonna be perfect. Looks like that knot is nice and secured. I don't think that thing is gonna go anywhere, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fire it on out there and see what's going on with these bass, see if they're interested in this thing at all. But just in case y'all were wondering, the knot I tie for like 99.99% of all fishing applications is the improved clinch knot. It's probably one of the most well-known fishing knots out there, at least the clinch knot is. The improved version is just a slight tweak. So make sure you check that. Oh gosh, good golly, hammered it. Hammered it. I was gonna say, make sure you look that knot up if you don't know it, because it is definitely one of the most effective ones out there. But I think that's probably our best fish today right there, maybe. Looks like it. I believe so, guys. I believe so. I think that is our first true 2-pounder in the boat today. It has been slow, and I barely got him too. I mean, look at that. Just barely got him on the nose. He just swiped at that thing, and these sharp hooks just snagged him right at the last second. So let me go ahead and get that out of this poor guy's mouth. Let me grab that right there. And there we go. That is more like it. And that's a really healthy fat fish, man. I mean, look, good gracious. I mean, that is a thick little guy. Meaty boy. Let's get him. Oh, I'm falling down. Let's get him right back on in there. And on that note, hopefully y'all enjoyed today's video. And if you did, make sure you drop a like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. And if you want to go the extra mile, hit that little bell notification as well. But as always, bassing is a passion. Peace.